Every 9 seconds, a woman in the U.S. is beaten.
My dad was not only an alcoholic, but he was very abusive to my mom and to my brother and I. And we actually were kicked out of our home by my dad when I was 11. It was very rough. We had literally no money. We were on government assistance, we were on food stamps. It was tough. My mom had 3 kids.
A girl who grows up in a home where her father abuses her mother is 6 times more likely to experience abuse later in life.
I dropped out of high school, by the way, because I met a boy, and so, and then I found myself pregnant. So my daughter's biological father was basically my dad all over again. They say you marry a man or you get together with a man like your father, and that was spot on. He was abusive almost from day one, and that I endured that relationship for about 4 years.
You know, we started dating in October, and I think around January is when I just started to pick up on a few things that just didn't seem right. But I ignored them because, you know, I was in love again. And there was the cops were called by the neighbors one of the night, I think it was New Year's, and he did end up going to jail for battery.
It was deja vu, you know, and even sitting here and listening to Sky, and she was in that relationship for 4 years, who was also in an abusive relationship for 4 years, her mom. So I have a lot of guilt. Yeah.
These cycles are hard to stop, and the challenges we face don't happen in isolation.
I used alcohol from my early teens all the way into, even into my early 40s to help me cope.
It's funny, she says she got her first drinking ticket at 13 because I actually got my first drinking ticket when I was 13 too. And then things progressed. It was more than alcohol. You could say, I guess I was using harder drugs. And yeah, junior year of high school was pretty rough.
For 70 years, Great Rivers United Way has been funding comprehensive solutions to this community's most pressing problems.
I was working with a social worker, and that's how she got me connected with the Family and Children's Center. And so working with the Family and Children's Center was kind of they were really the stepping stone to kind of show me what else was available to me in the La Crosse community, because I had no idea when I didn't know what to do with Skyla. I reached out to New Horizons and said, help me here. Now I've built what I think is a successful business, and I have a lot of future plans for my business. And goodbye.
I actually wrote my college essay for EWL, focusing on, I talked about my drug and alcohol use and how I wanted to help other people. So it's interesting how I do that work today, how I wanted to help other people make better choices than I did.
We're breaking the cycle of the abuse, the poverty, the addictions, and I'm excited to see what the future holds for Skyla. She's a remarkable young lady, and I'm over the moon proud of who she's become.
I'm so proud of her, you know, that I tell her that. I took one of her yoga classes, and just to see her doing her own thing, and like I can just tell that she loves it.
Now more than ever, Great Rivers United Way is leading community change in 3 key areas.
You know, without these important organizations, people wouldn't have anywhere to go, and then the problem just perpetuates, and I think it's bigger.
And whether it's $5 or $10 or any kind of donation that you can make, I think is important, because these small non-for-profit organizations really rely on it and depend on it.
Change doesn't happen alone. It happens with you. Will you join us?